Right, so this is the day after. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is the day after Chelsea got knocked the fuck out of FA Cup. Now, it doesn't get any better, people. I thought maybe if I go to sleep and go to work and come back, I might feel somewhat better. But it doesn't. Because Maresca is doubling down on the fact that we're out of the FA Cup, talking about how they're positives. Listen, we're going to get into that, but make sure you do subscribe to the channel, people, so we can be together in this painful journey. Now, there are there are a couple of people I want to call out today. I'm going to call out Maresca to start with because he's the driver of the sinking ship. And then I'm going to call out the board. And then I am going to call out certain players in a Chelsea team that don't deserve to wear a Chelsea shirt. Now, let's start with Maresca. So as you already know, after every match that we do play, coaches get to have a press conference, talking about the game. And you won't believe what Maresca just said. Maresca said there is a bit of positive us getting knocked out of the FA Cup. Why? Because we can now focus or put our focus on the Premier League and the Conference League. I've never heard Mourinho talking about that. I've never heard Tuchel saying stupid stuff like that. I've never heard Antonio Conte saying stupid stuff like that. And you know what makes the difference between the coaches I just mentioned and the coaches like Maresca? These other coaches like Mourinho, Conte, and Tuchel, they were winners. They actually made us win and competing for the titles. And there is a reason for that. How can you tell me that it's okay to get knocked out of the FA Cup by Brighton? So the positive is now we are going to focus on the Conference League. Fuck. Of all the competition you can... I'm still fuming, Of all the competition you can tell me we need to put our focus on, you're talking about the Conference League. We shouldn't be in that competition. We should never, ever be happy going to play in that competition. Win it or lose it. Even though we end up winning it, which I think probably we're going to end up winning the Conference League. But who cares? It's a fucking Conference League. Yes, I know it's a European Cup and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. Chelsea are known to compete for FA Cups, Carabao Cups, Champions League, Europa Leagues, not the fucking Conference League. So for you to then say it, now we can put our focus on. We don't need to focus on Conference League. We can win that competition by default. The fact that we are in that competition already, it's a disgrace. To talk about competing for or focusing or putting our main focus on the Conference League, that's a shame. That's a shame from Maresca. And again, I want to call him out on this one, right? What happened to the style of football we were playing before Christmas? What happened to Chelsea pressing up high, playing in behind? What happened to us having that link-up play, having our attackers have more of the ball, giving Cole Palmer having the freedom to go left and right and center? What happened to us substituting players when they're not performing well? What happened to our wingers, the Netos, the Maduekers, the Sanchos taking on what happened to that football? What happened? I just want to know what the fuck happened. So Maresca, if you know what's good for you, you better start going back to the basics. You better start figure something out. Maybe you've been found out and that's okay. But you also have to then do something different because we are sick and tired of watching this crappy football, pedestrian football, not knowing what we're doing. Those players on the pitch today, they looked clueless. The players looked clueless since the beginning of Christmas period. You need to figure something out because whatever we were doing in the past is not working as of yet. So we need to start doing something different. Now, let's move on to the board. Because I am sick and tired of seeing Chelsea getting linked each and every summer transfer, winter transfer. We are getting linked with kids, 16-year-old, 18-year-olds. How come or how about we start buying mature players to make us win and compete for the titles? I am sick and tired of buying players all for the sake of selling them. I am sick and tired of buying players, not give them chance to play, and then ended up loaning them to different clubs, and then they end up performing well in those clubs. Look at Chalobah. We had to call him back because he was performing well. Look at João Felix, just went to Milan. He's performing well. I can mention, look at Aldre Santos. He's performing well in Strasbourg. All our players we have loaned out, they're doing better than the players we kept at the club. What are we doing? What's the plan? And each and every time I feel like you're going to strengthen the team by buying a striker, another midfielder, another winger, even a goalkeeper, you go and you buy an 18-year-old Amadou or whatever his name is called. You're talking about how we just bought this player, but we don't want him to play a big part in our team. What's wrong with buying players that can play a big part? So many times we've complained about Jackson missing chances, but you don't go and buy a striker. So many times we've complained about our goalkeepers, but you don't go and buy a goalkeepers. So many times we've said Caicedo needs help in that midfield because Lavia can't keep being fit. You don't go and buy a fucking matured midfielder, but you go and buy an 18-year-old midfielder. Or you don't even call the best ones on loan, like Aldre Santos. You can easily just call the guy and say, look, come and help the team, but you don't want to do that. You're loaning out players like Kani Chukwuemeka, you're not even using them, but you are happy to loan them. Come on, man. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Now, time for me to call the players because you're not going to get away with this because as much as we might blame Maresca for not having the right tactics, right in-game management, right formation, and right lineups, you guys are professional footballers and it's high time you start acting like one. You train every single week. You get paid to play and perform and you do fuck all. Madueke, tell me one thing Madueke is good at because that guy is crap. Tell me why Madueke is still playing for this club. He doesn't deserve to wear a blue shirt. He doesn't deserve to train at Cobham. He doesn't deserve to be in the Chelsea bus. He doesn't deserve to be in a conversation of a Chelsea team because he's shit. Now, Pedro Neto, I like you, mate. But what the fuck are you doing? Every time you get the ball, we're looking for you to take on your man because of the speed that you have, the speed we bought you for. But you keep doing the same pedestrian passing and passing and passing. Jadon Sancho, I said Man United were wrong for selling you, but now you're making me believe that they were right to sell you. You made me think Ten Hag was so much of a bad coach that didn't give you time to play. Maybe it's not cutting out for you to play in the Premier League, man. Because what the fuck are you doing? You're just passing. Every time you lose possession, you can take on your man, you can cross, you can't even shoot. Now, Christopher Nkungu, mate, we know you wanted to leave. Why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you just go? Ask Chelsea to terminate your contract. When you become a free agent, there's a lot of teams that can take you because you're crap, mate. Today, I've never missed Nicholas Jackson in my life than I did miss him today. You're supposed to press up high. You don't press. You don't drop down. You don't get the ball. You don't link up play. You don't take on your man. You don't try to shoot. We brought you to this club to be one of our main guys, but you do fuck up. Even when you had injuries, we stick by you. Now you're talking about how you want to live. You are crap, man. You should have left in January. You should have gone on loan like João Felix did. You should have gone on loan like Kani Chukwuemeka can actually play a better role in that position. Today I missed Jackson, and I'm not even saying Jackson is a good player, but he doesn't score goals. We always cry for us to buy a new striker. But today, I felt like we were missing Jackson, his energy. Even Mark Gill today, I thought about him because he can press, he can trouble the defenders than what I don't even know what you were doing. We lost today not because Brighton were much better. No. We lost today because we were that shit. And we're playing Brighton on the weekend. You better not lose that game. Christopher Nkungu, if you want more playing time, I feel sorry for you the past couple of weeks when you're not getting play time. Now that you're getting play time, you need to start showing us what you can do because right now you're pissing us off. And I'm talking about the every Chelsea fan. So we need to go back to the basics because the way it looks right now, we might be missing on top four. And that's such a bad thing to do because if you're gonna throw away the cups, make sure you go into top four and go and play in the Champions League next season. Because if you dare miss that top four, well, I'm not gonna do anything. But come on. The name Chelsea has been thrown to the bin. The blue color, the one we sing, blue is the color, football is the game, we are all together, so winning is our aim. Now, there's everything wrong with that song because first of all, we are not together, mate. We are separated. We don't like the board. We don't like our coach right now. We don't like our players, so we are not together. Now winning is a rain, so cheer us all through the sun and rain. Now, here's the thing. Winning is not our aim right now because we keep losing and throwing away trophies. So that song needs to be changed. How do you expect us to cheer you through the sun and rain when you play like that? Because Chelsea is the... Listen, that song suited when Ibrahimovic was the owner of the club. Now, we need to change our song. We just need to change our song and just become an average Chelsea. Chelsea now is just the name. It's just the name because of what we achieved in the past. Because right now, we're doing fuck all. I am sick. I've had it up to here with you lot. All right, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, people, one more time. And I'm out. I'm just out. Peace.